I think Chris Casher is one of the most under-celebrated and underappreciated careers we've had come through the 251. In high school, Chris accomplished all the dreams of a high school recruit. Chris was one of the top recruits in the class of 2012. Casher was ranked the 23rd overall player in the nation by ESPN. He was also an Under Armour All-American. He was a consensus top 10 defensive end in the country. ESPN and Rivals ranked him as the number 3 defensive end. Scout.com also had him listed as a 5-star recruit. ESPN also listed him as the number 2 player in the state of Alabama. Casher was also a part of a lot of winning at the upper levels. He won a national championship in 2014 with Florida State. He was on a team with players such as Jameis Winston and Jalen Ramsey. In the NFL, he played for the Oakland Raiders and the New York Giants. After that, he played for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the Cavalry Stampeders, the BC Lions, and the Edmonton Elks in the CFL. In 2018, he won a Grey Cup with the Stampeders. 251 got a chance to catch up with Chris while he was working with some youth at Ladd Stadium.
I was Florida State from day one, but I had offers from Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Georgia, basically the whole SEC, honestly. But I ended up at Florida State.
Okay, what you think one of the biggest factors for you picking Florida State?
To be honest, I had some academic troubles in high school, and Florida State kind of stood by me through the process, and they kind of guided me and helped me for us qualifying for college and stuff.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy that recruited you that time actually be from Mobile also, right?
Yes, sir. Damian Craig.
Okay. Yeah, Damian did a lot of work down there, man. Yep. Great guy, great recruiter. Went on to have a great career at Florida State. Actually ended up playing in the national championship versus Auburn. What was your Florida State experience like?
Man, I had a great time in college, man. That's probably some of the best times of my life, man. I still talk to my teammates all the time, man. We catch up and see how each other doing in life. I'm actually going back for the spring game. I had a great time in college, man. I probably had a better time in college than I had in my professional career.
Okay. What's one thing that that you wish you would have known going into college that you kind of learned when you got to college?
If I could do anything differently, I would probably take maybe academics a little bit more seriously coming out of high school. It'd probably be more the academics thing and just probably straining a little bit more, forcing the issue a little bit more for us practice and game time.
Okay, was Jimbo your head coach when you first got to Florida State?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Who was some of the coaches you had when you was there?
Head coach-wise, I only played for Jimbo, but position-wise, I played for Salson Siri. I'm not sure where he at now. He was with the Raiders when he left.
In Colorado last season.
Yeah, he was in Colorado last season, so I played for Salson Siri and Coach Elliott, and I played for Coach Stoops, the head coach at Kentucky. He was the D coordinator when I first got to Florida State. Also, I played for Jeremy Pruitt, also was there.
Okay.
He's an Alabama guy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with that experience, man, what was it like actually, being a guy from Mobile and going to Florida State, deciding to go out of state for your college career and then end up in the national championship versus one of your home teams?
It was a cool, fun experience, man, because where we from, everybody is either they Alabama or Auburn. So the fact that I was blessed enough and fortunate to play in the national championship and it was against Auburn, that was a cool experience. It was just a cool experience, man, and the atmosphere of playing in Pasadena, and we was down majority of that game. So the way we won is always gonna be just just something to remember.
Through your college career, who were some guys that you had fun competing against?
I played against quarterback wise. I'm gonna talk quarterback wise. Deshaun Watson. I played against Lamar Jackson before he really became Lamar. He was young at the time. So I played against Lamar, Deshaun Jackson. Honestly, man, some of my biggest competition was with my teammates, honestly.
So you had Jameis?
Yeah, I played with Jameis, Kevin Benjamin. I played with Jalen Ramsey, Ronald Darby. He still played. Derek Nottie from the Kansas City Chiefs. He actually got 2 Super Bowl rings. He just got his second ring. So, those guys, honestly.
With those type of guys and, being around the Ramses and the Winstons and all those guys, what are some things you kind of could see at that point that y'all had a special group?
Well, we had big leadership. You know, Tevin Smith, he just stand out to me when we talk leadership. Because sometimes you wouldn't like him because of his leadership, and he'll get on to you. And you know, guys don't always like when teammates and players hold him accountable. But you know, Tevin Smith was a great leader on that team. Jameis was a great leader. Kevin Benjamin was a great leader. Rashard Green was another real big leader on that team. And we just held each other accountable. Like, you know, I remember halftime and before the game or the national championship, and you know, a couple players stood up and gave speeches, and it was just so quiet and passionate in the room. You can hear a pin drop, you know, and you just knew that we was ready. You know, you just knew, you know, and that them memories and those experiences, and you know, it'll just always be there, you know. And now that I'm home now and I work, I'm an entrepreneur, and I try to give back, you know, some of the knowledge that I, you know, got over the years and give back to the kids.
What's some of the best advice you give a kid that's trying to take the same journey that you took?
Take it serious. This game is, you know, sometimes we take it for granted, and when we young, we feel like we can play forever, but it's gonna end one day for everybody, you know. And take advantage of your opportunity and be where your feet at, you know.
Okay. So once you left Florida State and you ended up going in your pro career, what were some of the stops you made on your pro career?
My first stop was with the Oakland Raiders. After Oakland Raiders, I spent some time with the Giants in New York, and I played in the CFL in Canada for 3 years. And in Canada, I was in Calgary, Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta, and BC, British Columbia, Vancouver.
What's some of the things that you kind of took from Mobile and, you know, that you had in your upbringing that you think kind of laid the foundation for you to do those things?
Man, just being a dog, man. You know, we from a city that, you know, the city just don't give you credit because you're big and tall and can run fast. You got to earn it. You know what I mean? You got to earn it. The city don't just give people scrapes, you know. So I just kind of took that with me and just try to earn everything that I got once I left here.
Okay, man. Appreciate, man. I know it's a quick deal, man, but I feel like there's some good information for these kids to get, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's always good talking to you.